Welcome back. You're watching Markets at Noon. How different are markets and looking exactly a week after that freaky Friday. All thanks to IL&FS and the panic that we've seen in NBFCs. And today, we're going to keep telling you how the regulators have been swinging into action. There are lots of important meetings also that are lined up. Let's begin with what the Reserve Bank is up to. Top shareholders of IL&FS will be meeting with the Reserve Bank today to take stock of the magnitude of the crisis. This comes in the backdrop of IL&FS saying it's unable to service loan obligations, that has failed to repay at least 5 bank loans over the past 2 weeks. My colleague Neha Botsra joining us with the comprehensive wrap. Neha, I'm sure the idea is also to try and find a solution to tide over the entire crisis, to contain the contagion, if I may put it so.
Indeed, that's the objective of the meeting RBI has planned with the top shareholders of IL&FS. We are given to understand LIC and Oryx Corporation are the top shareholders with over 25% stake in IL&FS, and in fact they will be meeting the banking regulator today, not just to get a pulse on what really is happening, how it went undetected, how it really reached the magnitude it has currently. This will be a situation where they will take stock, but they will also put in place a roadmap or strategy that they can put into action to ensure that the damage is contained and the situation can be salvaged. Remember, the meltdown has trickled across the financial space. We are seeing a liquidity crunch. So it's no longer a situation that only IL&FS is dealing with. It is something that has transpired into the entire shadow banking space. NBFCs are under pressure. Banks and mutual funds that have a huge exposure to IL&FS are under scrutiny as well in terms of investor nervousness. In fact, do remember that 91,000 crore is the consolidated level of debt that IL&FS has, and this gives a clear indication of the kind of damage we can see should this not be contained promptly. In fact, to that end, IL&FS has confirmed that it is unable to service the debt obligations it has. In fact, it did confirm it has defaulted on 5 bank loan repayments in the past 2 weeks alone. Now, the entire saga started last month, but it was considered to be a one-off event. But this is very fast translated into a huge crisis of proportion, which all stakeholders are trying to contain, and all focus will also be on the AGM tomorrow, because that is when we'll get a clear indication of how the charter is going to be in terms of the strategy to be implemented going forward. Besides, we are given to understand that key shareholder approval will be sought in areas as crucial as fundraising. In fact, they do seek to increase the borrowing limit to about 35,000 crore rupees following shareholder approval, along with the fact that they want to raise about 15,000 crore via debt instruments. Now, all these things will be crucial to ensure that the short-term and medium-term working capital requirements can be met, immediate financing requirements can be met. But overall, the entire systemic issue is something that the regulator will delve on today to understand what really went wrong, considering that the RBI is also initiated a special audit into the books of IL&FS to understand how something of this magnitude could blow up so fast, because clearly there would have been indications that went unread, and this is something that of course has alarmed the regulator and other stakeholders as well. And today's meeting will focus on not just fixing what has gone wrong, but also to understand how to contain the damage going forward, because banks do at this situation find themselves in a spot, because not just large corporate borrowers is one area where they have seen pain, but NBFCs is also one area, shadow banking is one area where they have some exposure. And now with this entire mess coming up, this situation will be looked into very closely in the meeting today.
It's a very important meeting that we at ET Now are tracking in Mumbai. And just a quick reminder for all of our viewers, this week the LIC chairman, who met the finance minister on the IL&FS saga, minutes after that spoke with the press and had said IL&FS will not be allowed to fail. So let's